Toasty Robot E3 2015 coverage. Moving right along. Next up we have Microsoft. Crickets. No. They had a good showing. I think they had a good showing.
Lots of lights.
Not even really a Microsoft fan. You know, Xbox, I can take it or leave it. But there were a couple of things there that, as the days pass, I'm more and more interested in their console and what they're offering there. But before we get to like the actual like news part of what they unveiled, let's talk about some of the games that they showed. So obviously they started things off with Halo 5. I mean, how could you not? It's Microsoft, this is Xbox, and that's Halo. You know, that's their bread and butter, man. That's what you do. And it looked cool. It looked cool. I mean, I've never really been a huge Halo fan or anything like that, but I enjoy them. I've played them. You know, I don't think they're like the do all be all end all of gaming like a lot of people do. But
you have not lived, sir.
I don't know.
No, Halo 2 is like the only one that I'm like, okay.
See, I kind of checked out after Halo 1. Halo 1 was the one that I have like the fondest memories of. Just, you know, old school LAN parties and things like that. Like that was actually a thing that we did fairly often.
Me and a buddy co-opted like the entire game, and it was fun as shit.
Halo 2? Yeah.
Yeah, we co-opted the whole campaign, and it was like...
Yeah, no, that was some good times.
Fire team suckage. We beat the game like 18 hours later.
Yeah, actually, I sat down and played through all of them with
one
of my buddies.
Yeah, not that long.
Not that long ago. I was like, I want to say about... like
within
6 months, a year ago? I want to say about a year ago.
No, I don't think it was that long. I don't know. Whatever, that's irrelevant. But the fact is, you guys went through all the Halo games in the span of about 2 weeks.
Yeah, and you know what? That was such an enriching experience.
Because that was your first time with
Yeah.
Any of them, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh, man, damn,
it was.
man.
And I'll tell you one thing.
Did Halo hold your hand?
Did it coddle you?
It kind of gave me a warm fuzzy feeling, but I'll tell you.
I should move this chair.
After
No, it's okay. Halo earned his love.
Well, you know, it was good. I think I'm done. I think I put it on that court.
Well, see, that's because you played them all in such rapid succession. You got to think that everybody else has, you know,
like,
they've been waiting for a while since the last Halo game.
I mean, don't
like
get me
binge
wrong.
watching Twilight or something.
Oh, right. I mean, you know, I'm still probably going to play Halo 5 just because I've played all that ones. I have to see what this one's about to.
Yeah. Finish the fight.
Yeah.
Again.
Have to.
It won't end here, you know that, right?
No, this is the start of a new trilogy.
Yeah, I mean...
No, wait, 4 was the start of the new trilogy. Yeah.
But it was
that sucks. Good luck, man.
In the trilogy with 4.
Yeah. The trilogy plus 4.
I saw so many different...
And Reach, and ODST.
I mean, playing through it, I saw different flaws with each one like that, and, you know, I just saw how it advanced, and it was kind of cool. Like,
yeah.
How all of that just came to become what it did.
So this was the first taste of their campaign stuff that they showed in this, right? Am I mistaken about that? I don't really...
I don't follow.
I don't remember, man. My brain is gonna explode. But fucking Halo, man. Hey, they're making a new Halo. Can you believe it? It's coming out to the Xbox One this October, man. Woohoo!
Who did that? Was it 343?
Yeah, it's still 343.
Okay.
Bungie has moved on to.
Why does it when people say 343, I think of 989 Studios?
Right, 989 Studios. Remember when they fucked up Twisted Metal?
Remember when they had Siphon Filter and we bought it?
Man, yeah, I drank the Kool-Aid on that. Yeah, for sure. All right, after moving on from Halo 5, they brought out Fallout 4 on their stage, and, you know, we were all kind of like, well, who cares? We just saw that last night. Super awesome. You're clearly not going to spend that much time on it. But then they talked about how mod support is coming to the console versions of Fallout 4, and it is launching. Well, not launching, but it is first on Xbox One mod support. That's a big deal.
It feels like they're angling a whole new strategy now.
Yeah.
Like,
wow. Yeah, I don't know how excited to get about this just yet, because there's got to be restrictions on it, obviously. You know, you can't just bring all your nude mods from the PC onto your Xbox. There.
But what am I even playing?
So it'll probably have to go through some kind of approval process or something like that, because I doubt they're just going to let you, anything goes type things with that. It's cool. I think it'll be, interesting at best. I don't think it's anything to get super excited over, like I said, yet. We'll see, though.
Is that part of the whole, like, map thing that they're
No. That's something that's built into Fallout 4 by itself.
Okay,
this is
so
the
it's
actual.
not part of that service.
These are actual fan-made mods
Yeah, where
that
you
people
can,
do, like on the PC versions.
Oh.
Are also going to work with the Xbox and
That by
eventually
itself, yeah.
PS4 versions. That'll sell a lot of copies of
Yeah.
that game to people.
Yes, it sure will. I mean,
I think, I don't know, man. Like, it feels like what strategy, like trying to peg down what strategy they have.
Yeah, it's hard to tell because honestly, man, I mean, I'm pretty like Fallout 4 is probably going to do the bulk of its business on the PC. That's probably where that game is going to get more sales than anything.
Yeah.
But I don't know, just to take like bits and pieces of what makes the PC versions cool and say now you can do that on your console, like that's pretty neat. Unreal Tournament 3 on the PlayStation 3 lets you do that. You could pull PC mods and put them into the PS3 version of Unreal Tournament 3.
Okay.
Really weird, super weird. I don't hear a lot of people like ever talking about that, but that was kind of a big deal. And Microsoft said no to that. So the Xbox 360 version of Unreal Tournament 3 was delayed like significantly. It came out a lot later. This is a new face we're seeing on Microsoft here for things like that.
For Unreal, you're saying that was gameplay mods, though, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't like. I mean, are they going full mods like any like?
We don't know. We don't know yet.
Like you said, maybe not the nudity, but like if you want your guy to look like fucking Snake Plissken.
Maybe, I don't know. So that's where I think things get kind of shady. I think like things that infringe on copyrights and stuff like that. Or like I said, there's probably going to be some kind of very deep approval process for this stuff in order to let them in. It'll probably have its own UI and suite for all of hey, these are the ones that you can use on Xbox type thing. We'll see how that shakes out, but it's incredibly interesting nonetheless. So moving on from Fallout, Forza 6.
Cool. Yeah.
So Forza.
Get to see the new Peugeot concept car, I think, or is that?
Yeah. What was the car that they lowered down? It was a Ford, wasn't it? It was a.
Yes, it was a Ford.
Yeah. It was like a.
Henry Ford was actually there.
Oh no, Henry Ford 3.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. 3.
Not the. Yeah, they didn't roll out his corpse and like, hey, we found this guy.
Oh yeah. Right.
Man, they should have.
Animatronics is like awesome,
No, I've like marionette style, man, just hanging from the rafters on strings.
Oh man.
So I mean, Forza 6, we knew this was coming. I mean, it's no surprise that they showed it here. It's more Forza, you guys. I mean, there's not too much else to say about that.
I mean, if you're having that itch for I want to play a racing game, play it.
Yeah.
Play it. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, because Sony doesn't have anything to compete with it right now. Gran Turismo is God knows how long away.
And that it's painful to me because I'm a big Gran Turismo fan as well. So it's like.
Well, looks like you're a big Forza fan now.
Yeah, because I mean,
Right. Forza's
pumping out a lot faster than Gran Turismo. I mean, what can I do? I got that craving because
Yeah.
all these other games besides Need for Speed, I was just kind of like.
This is not the time or the place to talk about it.
Yeah,
Six-pack
we're not
club.
talking about that. That's restricted. And we've already.
We have strict no need for speed rules, Tyler.
So moving on from Forza, they had some Ubisoft guys come out and they covered a little bit more about The Division and Rainbow Six Siege.
Man.
Multiplayer beta exclusive on Xbox, I believe, for The Division.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
That
for
was-
the Division. So,
Was it exclusive or just first?
I think it's exclusive.
okay, so Tom Clancy's Destiny, we're good on. So.
Yeah, Tom Clancy repping real hard this year, man, for sure.
I really like the Siege.
Yeah, no, Siege looks rad. We'll get to more of that in a minute, though. Or later, whenever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Gigantic. The next thing they showed. I don't know too much
they did
about
a game
this.
based on the Pixies song?
Ha! That's clever. No,
Anyway.
this is some kind of weird, like, multiplayer MOBA arena battle thing. It looks like. I don't know a lot about it. I actually just watched
Is
the
it
trailer
big?
for it this morning. It's gigantic.
Awesome. I set him up, he knocks him down.
This is another first party thing coming from them. They brought their first party game like big time this year. Typically, that is a place where Microsoft has fallen short a lot.
So they're getting in the mob arena?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I don't know a lot about it.
Time for that.
I don't know a lot about it. It looks very colorful. It looks pretty. It's nice, like cartoony looking art style to it.
Oh,
It's,
sweet. Like, I might actually get, like...
I can't tell if you're joking.
I'm sorry, the more cartoony it is.
oh, it's very, very cartoony. Yeah, it looked cool. It looked all right.
It's hard to, like, be angry at your teammates failing when everything is all, like, rainbows and unicorns.
There's
Right?
a name for that. It's called Heroes of the Storm. You should check it out.
So, after that, Square Enix guys came out and they showed the first like gameplay stuff for Rise of the Tomb Raider, and it looked awesome. It looked really awesome.
It looked like a lot of ice.
Yeah, but like,
But
man,
still.
damn,
Really nice ice.
good ass looking ice for sure. That was a big get for them. That's a big win for Microsoft too, because that's coming to the 360 also. I forgot about that.
Oh, it's crossing.
That is Xbox 360 and Xbox One this holiday season.
It's also
Really?
the other thing.
Yeah, that was a part of their deal for that. That is still getting a 360 version this year.
Great.
You gotta check that one out, huh?
Yeah, I feel like Agent K from Men in Black. I mean, they're going to buy the White Album again. Probably know 2 friggin' copies of this shit in my house. What do you have?
So
Well,
it's just it's funny to me how
wow.
they've made such a big deal that Rise of the Tomb Raider is exclusively theirs for the time being. It is a timed exclusive. This is hitting other platforms later on. We don't really have a window for that yet, but
Yeah.
they're helping bankroll this and everything too, which is also weird that it's going to eventually come to other systems. Like, they're publishing this game, but only temporarily. I've never seen an agreement like this before. It's very, very weird.
Isn't that how they did the first Mass Effect?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah,
but like
it's been...
but like the where it's different from Mass Effect is that when the time came to like renew their license on it, they just chose not to instead. That's why EA picked it up after
Wasn't that
that.
in the middle of production though for the first one?
For what?
Mass Effect.
When
Microsoft was like, yeah, BioWare, maybe not.
I don't actually know all the everything that happened with that. I just know that when the time came to renew because EA picked it up afterward. Microsoft chose not to publish Mass Effect 2, but they still exclusively had it though. It was about a year and some change later that it came to the PlayStation 3. That was when Microsoft officially like washed their hands of it. And then later we saw the original one re-released on the
Was it
PS3
after
and
Dr. What's his name and Dr. Who's his face left the company or something like that?
No. They were still very much a part of it at this time.
Okay, yeah, alright.
But, anyways, this was a big get for them, Tomb Raider, and they've been making a very big deal about it, which seems super weird to me that they announced November the 10th, 2015 is the release date for this.
Oh, my memory fails me. When was Fallout gonna hit?
No shit, right? November the 10th, 2015. They are dropping their big holiday exclusive on the same day as Fallout 4.
Great.
I feel like...
That is fucking stupid. They just basically put that game out to die, man.
Well,
yeah.
Means I'm gonna have to pawn my VCR to get both of them.
I mean, people are gonna play Tomb Raider. I mean, it's gonna do okay.
Yeah,
but why would you not want to get out of Fallout Shadow like that? Like, it was a surprise to all of us that Fallout 4 was announced for this year. But you have to think that there were execs high up somewhere that knew that was the date.
guys like bumped into each other walking through the hall.
Yeah. That's just...
Hey, what do you Bethesda guys got going on? What do you Square dudes got going on?
That's bad. That's bad news. That's bad news for that game. That sucks.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny because I feel like by the time people realize, oh shit, that new Tomb Raider game came out, it's going to already be on the other platforms, and then that's where people are going to play it. Maybe. I mean,
when they
Fallout 4 is going to take a long time.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Unless you're like me and you just like giving Bethesda money for no reason. Like, here, take my money. I'll play this for like a week and then go like, wait a minute. Oh, I did it again.
You know what's even worse about it though? It's like it's not even an option. Like even if like people are gonna buy Fallout, they get 2 games with Fallout.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right.
On
That was one of the last things that they said. Fallout 3 is coming with Fallout 4 on the Xbox One. Now, I didn't see the language on that or not, but is that coming as part of their other announcement, or is it
What?
the backwards compatibility?
No, it is.
It is bundled with it
Fallout 4 comes with
because
Fallout 3 for the Xbox One.
Rainbow Six Siege also comes with
Vegas 1 and 2.
Fallout Vegas 1 and 2.
All of this is Xbox exclusive.
But the Fallout Vegas 1 and 2 are a part of their 360 backwards compatibility program. They're not remastered versions or anything. It is access to them
Now, I don't know about
through the backwards compatibility thing.
Fallout 3.
No. I think it's probably just going to be a port, but that was okay. So we kind of jumped on that one. So backwards compatibility for Xbox 360 is coming to the Xbox One.
That's a mixed bag.
It is.
Even
it is.
here, like Toasty HQ, that's a mixed.
It's
friggin'
very
bag,
it's a divisive point for sure, but it's you kind of have to look at it. It's pretty cool. What are we doing? What's going on? Oh, okay. I get nervous when Tyler looks really serious.
Well, it's getting apocalyptic outside, and he drove a car, and
How do you know?
he doesn't want that.
We were on air!
Yeah. Well, y'all brought it up, so.
It's fine. It's fine.
Anyway.
It's fine. You know what? We're people. We talk. The conversations happen.
No, we don't.
Right. I guess.
I
Guess.
just didn't want it to like
Pretty sure
flood
we
in her
actually used
car.
our first episode to talk about how we don't talk about anything other than video games. And here we are talking about the fucking weather. Like
You know what, man? If anything, all this does, I think, is gauge interest on 360 backwards compatibility.
Perfect scenery for that.
Now,
Singer.
Actually, I think this more defends my point, because we started talking about backwards compatibility, and immediately just the universe was like, change the subject!
Well, no, okay, because when we first caught wind of this, all of us were talking about it. And Mike was the one who made a point, because he's got his, ear to the ground, finger on the pulse. The common man, what he thinks about this. And the general consensus was...
The general consensus is this is going to sell Xboxes. This is going to sell consoles. There are still plenty of people who have held out, not buying the system because, it doesn't play the old games. People feel like they're entitled to fucking backwards compatibility, and we can thank Sony and the PlayStation 2 for that. It's not something that you should automatically assume you're going to get just because you got it that one time. But...
Tyler's point...
Wait, are you pointing at me and saying Tyler, or did you?
Yeah. Or Adam's point. Sorry. My bad. Sorry.
That's not to say that this isn't also kind of too little, too late. They're trying to save face.
Well, shit.
Well,
all
that
right.
made everybody jump.
That's it. I'm sorry, I have angered the Microsoft gods.
No, Adam's point with the whole horrible idea.
I did not call it a horrible idea.
Hang on. Okay, due to adverse weather conditions, we had to take a quick break for a tech check, but everything seems to be okay right now. So back to 360 compatibility with the Xbox One. I don't really know what else to say about it. It's technically this is an incredible achievement, actually, because they've emulated the entire OS of the 360 onto this. All of your achievements come through, all of your friends list, your save data. It actually makes the Xbox One think that it's a 360 without losing the functionality of the Xbox One on top of it. All of that stuff still works too. So any new features that have come in by way of the Xbox One still work. You can still take screenshots. You can still, capture video footage, everything. It all still works.
And that's pretty cool.
They've laid the two OSs directly on top of each other and made them like communicate. It's fucking impressive. Even when they got on stage and started announcing it, they were like, "Look, even we're surprised that we could make this work. We didn't think it." The guy actually did say he didn't think it was possible either. It's cool. It's really cool. There are limits to it though. It's out now for members of the Xbox One preview program, and I think like right now it's like about like a 25 game list of compatibility, and
I thought they'd already reached like 100.
No, it's launching with 100 in the holiday when it hits for everybody.
Yeah.
So it is simply just put your 360 disc in, and it plays.
Which is
I
fine.
thought it downloaded a digital copy.
Well, it downloads, but like but most people aren't even going to notice that part though.
No, I'm saying though, like I thought that's how it played. Like it didn't actually play from the disc; it just downloaded.
Yeah, but you have to have the disc in for authentication purposes. Yes. I'm assuming. Otherwise,
Jesus Christ,
let's go find all these blockbusters that are going out of business. if there are any anymore.
What?
But this is a big get. This is a big thing. This is how they're competing with PlayStation Now, which is a subscription-based version of this. Their big selling point for what they're doing over at Microsoft is we're not going to make you rebuy the games that you already own. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The reason why I can't really turn my nose up too bad at this is because I've always said that, archival in this industry is a big problem. And every time you move forward to a next system, the old things just get thrown to the wayside, Which is also another reason why I think this is too little too late, because there's probably a lot of people who have already got rid of all of their 360 stuff to jump ship to the Xbox One, who are now probably super pissed about this.
Which means I can sit back and just...
This is a damn good value proposition for you.
I still have, that's a nice... The general consensus that I've gotten off of it is everybody's happy for it because it pads their library.
Yeah.
That's the big sell of it, is it's padding their library. Right now, our internal IPs are kind of meh, and then like the third party stuff it's coming out, but all in all, it helps boost their library a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely does.
I mean,
it's cool. It's totally cool.
Now you have more games if you kept them.
And I think that like why this kind of matters more this time than it has with backwards compatibility in the past is just because of how long that last console generation went on. People had the better part of a decade to accrue a huge library of games.
It was a pretty I thought the PS2 had a pretty long run, but I think that's because they were able to pump out games at pretty steady pace.
They had a long run, but it overlapped with the PS3 halfway through. That was so not the case this go around.
No, this one was totally...
This was the longest console generation in gaming history with the PS3 and the 360. It went on for a really long time. But in the end, it benefited because the tech got cheaper for the new stuff, so the systems weren't outlandishly overpriced. We all remember, the $599 US thing at E3 06 for the PS3.
So for like a business standpoint, pretending I'm a suit and tie for a minute, I could see the purpose of this.
Right.
But I also get Adam's.
Yeah, no, I get it too. I really do. But I don't think it's something to just totally turn your nose up at all. It's too much of a value proposition for people who haven't jumped ship to the new systems yet to ignore. It's cool. I would really like to see PlayStation kind of follow suit with this. If the only way that because they seem pretty committed to their PlayStation Now service. I mean, they spent $1 billion on Gaikai to get that stuff up and running on their system, and it works really well, by the way.
Yeah. To
be streaming PlayStation 3 games, I haven't seen any problems with it at all. It does pretty good, but it's still really expensive. It's like $40 a month or you can still do it piecemeal on a game by game basis, but they have different pricing structures depending on how long you want to play it. They have hourly, daily, weekly, different pricing for all of that. It's kind of a mess. It's kind of a mess. This is the way to do it here. The PS4 probably isn't even capable of it. We don't know, but
thanks technology.
But like once again, I mean, even the Xbox guys were surprised that they were able to pull this off.
Yeah, with them going with the whole emulation thing again, it makes you wonder what they're angling for. To me, it does.
They're angling to win back consumers.
Well,
like that's
clearly
that is it.
Clearly.
I think that is it. That is really it. Because I mean, this was a lot of time probably spent on R&D that probably could have better spent elsewhere. But these are the kind of moves that guarantee sales. It's
with the other news coming out of E3, which we will cover later. Like I'm looking at it from what was the conference table like? What were they sitting there going? Okay, we need brainstorm some ideas, throw some shit at the whiteboard, and let's see what sticks.
Yeah,
and let's run with that. There are no dumb ideas here.
It's weird that coming
except
up
for November 10th,
it came to fruition probably just because, like Michael said, like PlayStation probably can't do it. This is something that Sony can't bring to the table. It's
because they've already played their hand in how they're doing backwards compatibility. This was Microsoft's stab at it, and it's a good one. It's a damn good one. That's pretty cool. That, as someone who doesn't own an Xbox One, like that's a decent value proposition. I mean, I think that's all right. That's all right. So moving on from that, they dropped a bunch more game announcements. Not necessarily all of these exclusive. They had Plants vs. Zombies, Garden Warfare 2 debuted on that stage. They brought more of that up at E3 later, but I don't know. People seem to be into that.
If anybody knows why that's popular, somebody feel free to email us, explain it to me, because I am curious.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. Gears of War Ultimate, remastering the first Gears of War game, 60 frames per second, 1080p.
This is just the first
popping my collar already.
Yeah, that's, you can't fault them for doing it. Sony and Nintendo have been doing it for years, man. I think it's weird that it's just the first game and not a trilogy collection.
No, see, I would have been more for a trilogy.
Yeah, it seems weird that they're just focusing on the one game. Arguably the least cool of the three, but
it did invent a genre.
It did. Well, it refined a genre.
Cover-based shooters is now a word.
But Kill Switch, I think, was probably the first one. That was a PS2 game. Kill Switch was
that was cover based.
That was the cover based shooter. That game.
I loved cooking grenades.
That had blind fire and stuff in it. That was a cover based shooter.
Can we put that on a T-shirt, man? Please let us
cover-based shooter.
Merch that.
Coming up after that was Recore. Now this is a Xbox One exclusive. That I mean, the trailer looks cool, but the pedigree behind it is what makes me super interested, man. Yeah, this is Keiji Inafune and Retro Studios, the guys that made Metroid Prime and they've been in Nintendo's pocket for years now. It's cool to see them.
Weird.
Yeah, coming. I mean, Nintendo doesn't own them, but they've been making Metroid, and they did the last two Donkey Kong Country games for them and stuff.
Okay.
It looked really nice.
Yeah, it looks cool. The trailer that they showed for it looks neat. It looks like it has a really neat mechanic in it where you have like a robot companion that follows you around with he's got a in the trailer they show him he's got like a blue like core of energy in him that can be removed and put into other robots to build up like your little party of helpers and stuff. I see a lot of opportunities for cool puzzle solving and things in that, depending on what kind of like robot helper you have with you, like abilities.
I like seeing that as me going, shit, I brought the wrong guy. Shit.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Then they debuted Dark Souls 3 on their stage. That's you want to chime in about that at all, Adam?
It's not bashed against anything. I don't. I'm gonna get that on PC. On PC. I don't care who announced that. I don't care who staged.
Yeah, well, still,
who staged
we got the confirmation that it fucking exists.
That's not.
I mean, I have a lot of thoughts on that. Like, I have a lot of thoughts on the stuff they announced, the new summoning mechanics. 4 people in a game at one time? That's crazy.
Sounds kind of cool. That's
really the
3
big
more
push.
people to help me not suck if I ever play it.
That is a big deal for me. That is a very big deal for me. I mean, I can say whatever I want about Microsoft. I can say whatever I want about Xbox. I am still making my. I mean, I have my PC. I have my PS4. I'm still up in the air on what my next console venture is going to be. So, I mean, Nintendo or Microsoft has to win me over one way or another. Microsoft has the Rare collection.
That's right. That's next. So yeah, Rare Replay.
That's a segue.
That
wasn't. I was actually going to
no.
talk
That
about
was
Souls 3.
that was actually a fantastic segue though.
Good job.
So
I care about this a whole hell of a lot more than Microsoft.
this you know what? Look, man. This is 30 classic games from Rare, and it costs $30.
And I learned today that game comes with more than just games.
Yeah, it's like a archival. It's like a museum of the company.
Yeah, it has a whole lot of like documentary footage,
Yeah.
concept art of like games come with like hour-long documentaries.
That's
Oh, wow.
it's
Okay,
neat.
behind
so-
the scenes.
That
making
it
of-
is.
It's got little
they're
extra
pulling from
features.
the.
Yeah, well, not only does it come with that stuff though, it comes with.
Do you have a list of the games?
Yeah, I'm bringing it
available?
up.
Okay, all right, yeah. So just
Let's go
Okay.
and break everybody's heart.
Yeah.
It does not come with GoldenEye.
no,
It
it can't come with GoldenEye. That's Activision owns the Bond license. They're not going to budge on that. That was a problem a few years back when they were re-releasing Perfect Dark on the Xbox 360, and they were like, well, what about GoldenEye? You guys made that too, right? And they're like, Activision is kind of being a dick about it, so it's not going to happen. Sorry, guys. But I think arguably Perfect Dark is a better game.
Do I just need to read the whole list?
Yeah, man, just run down the list.
Alright, it's coming with Jetpack, it's coming with Attic Attack, Lunar Jetman, Saberwolf, Underworld, Night Lord.
What?
It's called Underworld, but they spelled World WRLDE.
Like ye old.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Gunfight, it's coming with a Slalom, RC Pro-Am, the NES version of Battletoads, Cobra Triangle, Snake Rattle and Roll, Digger T-Rock, Solar Jetman,
Solar Jet, man. I don't know that game. That's a cool game.
the second RC Pro-Am, the arcade version of Battletoads, Killer Instinct Gold. I mean, I guess Killer Instinct Gold is where it starts to get good.
I think that's where it gets decidedly really bad, actually.
Battletoads Arcade is nice, and then Killer Instinct Gold is on this list also.
See, that's weird that because Killer Instinct Gold was the N64 specific version of Killer Instinct 2.
Yes.
Not as good as the arcade version of Killer Instinct 2.
No.
Anyways.
It comes with Banjo-Kazooie and Jet Force Gemini, Perfect Dark, Banjo-Tooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day,
Yeah.
Grab by the Ghoulies. Comes with Perfect Dark Zero, Cameo, Elements of Power, Viva Pinata,
Oh,
Jetpack
really?
Refueled, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
Whatever, man.
That got made.
That game gets too much hate. Nuts and Bolts is alright.
And then I didn't even know there was a second Viva Pinata, but it comes
Yeah,
with that
yeah.
Yes.
also.
So that's cool. That's cool that they're putting all those 360 ones in there too. This is a nice collection for a Rare fan who likes all of their bad games.
Did you play Cameo? You played Cameo,
Did
right?
I play? Yes, I played Cameo.
That was my what was it, cartoony platformer purchase for 360. That was
Yeah, everybody needs one.
We'll see.
Sure.
The Cameo comes with the behind the scenes stuff they do for that also comes with the, I guess since it never got made, there was never a behind the scenes for it, but a behind the scenes of the second Cameo.
Oh right, yeah. There was supposed to be a sequel to that.
okay.
Okay, so that is a nice little and man, fucking $30, dude. That's a hell of a value proposition there.
Yeah.
Even if you only play a handful of titles out of that,
The
like
Xbox
that's
Live Arcade has a lot of these games, but like
yeah.
$10 a pop for those games, and
Right. This is $1 a game, man. That's a cool thing. You know, it's unfortunate that some of the obviously you can't put like the Donkey Kong countries and things like that in there. I mean, because that's like glaring omissions from that collection. But that's Nintendo's stuff. But as far as just sort of like a good like kind of retrospective of like a company's entire, because that's pretty much everything, isn't it? I don't think that excluded a single game that Rare's ever made, has it? Besides the Nintendo stuff. I'm pretty sure.
You know what? I know we're on the air. Go to the next one. We'll come back to this. I'll
okay, that's fair. So
let me throw this one out. Just
Yeah.
a little speculation while we're killing time.
okay.
Let the listeners mingle on this for a while. So Retro, working with Nintendo for a while, coming out with some pretty good games. Solid pedigree.
Retro
brought up-
Studios kind of became Nintendo's new Rare.
So you were saying you're comparing them to the Rare thing.
Yeah.
But it felt like once Rare went to Microsoft, they kind of sat on them for a while.
Well, so Rare.
So is that going to be an issue with Retro?
the-
I mean, they've already teamed them up with Inafune, so okay, good start.
Right.
But is that going to be...
I don't know. I mean, Retro's not owned by Microsoft or anything like
Right,
that.
but that's just, like I said, it's just one of those things that throw out there and kind of let the listeners kind of like mingle over and think about,
yeah.
like, you know...
Because, all right, look, let's face it. The Rare that exists today has nothing to do with a single game on that list. Rare is not the company that everybody once held at such high standards and regards.
Right.
That pretty much started to change real big during the Microsoft acquisition, and then when things was shit like Grabbed by the Ghoulies came out. That was the first thing that Rare put.
Do you like Grab by the Ghoulies?
No one liked fucking Grabbed by the Ghoulies, dude.
Is it on the list?
It's on the list. It's on the list.
I thought it was alright. I mean, I didn't hate it.
But that was the first thing from them that was like, oh shit, wait. You guys don't always do amazing games? What happened? And people started yelling at Microsoft. They're like, this is your fault. You guys fucked up Rare, blah, 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 blah. Now, Microsoft have been sitting on Rare for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
A really long time. They've been the ones that are responsible for all the Avatar shit on the 360. All that stuff is Rare. Anything to do, any Xbox 360 game that had Avatar support in it, that was helped. That was like, Rare had their hands in it. They make like the bunch of just Kinect garbage and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like
that's what I mean. Like,
that people were getting pissed that that studio is not being used to their full potential. Bring them back to the glory days of what they were. But they're totally forgetting the fact that that's not possible. Those people aren't with Rare anymore. Those guys have moved on to make like Yooka-Laylee and shit like that now.
Yeah.
So that's why after they showed the Rare replay, they the next thing that they announced was the new Rare game, the Sea of Thieves, which is like some type of pirate themed like open world multiplayer MMO looking thing. It looked cool. It looked like a Rare game for sure. I mean, you could definitely say that. It definitely looked like something that they would have made, but
and pirates. So
and pirates. So, but like, it's, I don't know, that's not the same studio that it once was. So I would take that with a grain of salt. We'll see.
Let's also note that this game is more important because this is Project Dream. Like, this is what that became.
Oh, right.
This is indeed Project Dream. This is just a different, remodeled, finished version of that.
So the dream was to Sid Meier the shit out of it?
I guess. I mean, Project Dream was a pirate game before it became Banjo.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of don't really give a shit about pirates. Not really my thing.
I mean, that's fair, but that's what this is. Like, they were just reimagined the first thing they were working on when they made Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. So Rare, I guess Microsoft is, when they announced Killer Instinct for the Xbox One, they were only able to do that because they owned Rare. Rare didn't make that game, but that IP was theirs to do with what they pleased. Yeah. I think that sparked a lot of interest in that company again. So it's cool to see him like doing something with the name, which is really, I think, all it is at this point. But
to follow up, they left out a whole bunch of games, but nothing substantial, nothing that they could have legally got their hands on.
Okay, that's what I figured. All right, so yeah, Microsoft really banking on that Rare name. That's cool. They need to. They really need to, honestly.
20-year in development.
Yeah. Yeah. So after Sea of Thieves, they had a little bit on Fable Legends. I fucking couldn't care less about this. I don't think a lot of people do, because this is some type of multiplayer-focused Fable game.
I
don't.
keep getting confused with the Fable remake.
Yeah, no, that's already already come and gone.
That's why I was confused when you said they announced. I was like,
yeah.
In that game, like,
I don't know.
Didn't they call it Fable Legend or something like that?
No, it was the Fable Anniversary Edition or something like that. Like the remake of the original Fable for the Xbox 360, oddly enough. When like the Xbox One was either already out or was like right around the corner. That should have been an Xbox One game, but whatever. So there's some new stupid fucking multiplayer Fable game coming. Don't give a rat's ass. Yeah, oh, even great. Yeah, awesome.
I like Fable.
Yes, but this is just gonna be.
Fable
It's not gonna play like a Fable game either.
Yeah, it doesn't. Nothing about it sounds interesting to me. Then they.
I'll take one for the team.
They had the crazy ass HoloLens demo where they showed off a new version of Minecraft that runs with this thing.
Oh right, Minority Report.
Yeah, man, that looked cool. That looked really cool. I don't give a flying fuck about Minecraft. I never have and I never will. They're not gonna change my mind about Minecraft with this shit. But having said that, the potential for this technology seems really awesome to me.
Neat.
Yeah.
I see, but so that's the thing. The HoloLens that Microsoft is working on is not VR. This is a totally different thing from Oculus and what Sony's making, what Valve's making, stuff like that. This is. I'm just thinking of like how you can integrate what you're doing with the HoloLens while playing a regular game on a regular TV with a regular controller, and just surrounding yourself with cool UI and stuff in like, you know, in the real world. Just the potential, just fucking Minority reporting the shit out of it.
Well, it doesn't work a lot of motion detection with the Kinect, because a lot of garage tech guys were already dicking around with this stuff with the Kinect back on the 360 days.
Yeah.
I say dicking around because they weren't really like.
Right.
I'm not taking away from the beauty.
Yeah.
Of it and the elegance at which it seems to operate, but
it does look cool. And they also had later on in the day. This wasn't a part of their press conference. I don't know if this was like shown to the public or if it was behind closed doors, like a press thing. They had some kind of a Halo 5 like interactable HoloLens thing. And I don't know a lot about what it was. It wasn't actually a game per se.
Holy shit, the fanboys now have a Cortana.
It was, you know, kinda, yeah. That's okay. Like, that sounds like sort of the direction they're going with this.
Weird.
Something, that sounds really cool to me. Be playing Halo.
Like,
playing Halo, and then you can, like, you know, look at your arm, and you've got your little Cortana standing on your arm, all made possible by the HoloLens. The applications for this seem really cool. I thought this thing was kind of dead in the water after they announced the partnership with Oculus, and then the partnership with Valve and their thing. Like, but then to see actually really what this thing is doing, it's a whole different thing. So it's not going to interfere with any of that stuff at all. The HoloLens looks neat. That may be potentially the thing that does sell me on the Xbox One.
I want the HoloLens to operate. What was that old mech game where you had to buy that?
Steel Battalion.
Yeah. It would be cool if I actually had like a HoloLens interface to operate mechs.
Yeah,
amazing. I would so pack ram that, man. I mean,
the potential for this thing is really cool, and that Minecraft thing was just a touch. I mean, that's going to give a lot of gamers a fucking god complex if I've ever seen one. that looked really rad. That looked super rad.
Did talk about Civ Rev
right?
Back. Anyway.
Following up from that, let's see. The next thing I have here is the Xbox One Elite controller. Now, did you guys see this thing? This thing is fucking crazy. So they just came out with a modified version of the original Xbox One controller that added like a headphone jack and stuff to it. But then on top of that, they've also got this other controller that has all these crazy like switches and handles and stuff built into it to modify like button input. Have you seen the thing? It's like the crazy things that like snap over the controllers that they started coming out with a few years ago to like add extra triggers and button presses like everywhere on the controller that you couldn't usually get to.
Like trying to get like the
it looks like it's like a seriously like Major League Gaming tool type thing.
Well, like Steam has already talked. When they talked about their controller.
No, not like that. This
well, like with the way the
pull up a picture of it
underneath
real quick,
it.
Tyler. You guys got to see this thing. Well, I mean, obviously we'll throw
pads and shit. You just like pop them off.
It's got all these like interchangeable pieces and stuff. It's got like all the, like little extra like grips and levers and stuff. Like this is the back of it right here. It's crazy looking, man.
Oh wow.
No, it is. It is the Steam controller.
Okay, just look at the fucking D-pad on this thing though. That weird like concave disco ball thing. I don't know what the fuck they're doing there. How hard is it to make a goddamn D-pad, Microsoft?
That design is very important, actually, because that has a groove for every single direction. So you don't have to like sit here and wing it. You can. It has like an individual square that you can press for diagonals. For
you know what?
Right, center.
We'll see. If I can't play Street Fighter with it, fuck it.
Everybody who's used that controller so far feels like it deserves its $150 price tag.
Right, so that's the thing. This controller cost $150.
Yeah, I spent more on that on computer mouses.
Yeah, sure. But
I mean,
I don't know. It's neat. It's
operating off of Xbox controllers anyway. So
yeah, this thing's pretty cool. It's definitely neat. I still think that price point is a little much. I don't think they're gonna sell these to every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there. But
you know what? Honestly, though, if it's like compatible with all of my PC games, I'll pick one up.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, no, it's neat. It is pretty cool. So after that controller, they talked about the Xbox game preview program, which is basically
green light.
It's Steam Greenlight on it's the Steam preview program coming to Xbox now. We'll see how that shakes out. I'm just totally worried that it's going to swamp the marketplace with a bunch of unfinished bullshit.
Oh, you mean like every other developer?
Yeah. So it's interesting.
yeah, well, I mean,
I don't think that it's something that they really need to be dipping their fingers into at all.
If handled correctly, it could pull off a lot.
It
solve
could.
A lot of problems.
some indies need the love. Some indies need to stop.
yeah. So then they talked about their partnership with Valve for the VR thing. So that's now 3 headsets that are going to do stuff with the Xbox.
It's technically 2 VR headsets and an augmented reality lens.
It's still 3 things that I have to wear on my damn head to play a game.
I don't think any of us are going to be able to expect.
Then they closed shit out with their Gears of War 4 announcement, which it looked rad, man. It looked cool. I mean,
I never liked that.
you got to make.
Yeah, I'm not gonna deny the fact that I've played them.
Yeah.
I never played them. I didn't.
To me, actually, the thing I'm most butthurt about with the game was I was talking to like some retailer and I was like, "Hey man, I really dig Mass Effect." And he's like, "You should play Gears of War." And I'm like, "These are 2 totally different concepts."
Yeah, because obviously that guy didn't grasp the fact that it's not the combat in Mass Effect that made you dig it. Not at all. I mean, the combat in Mass Effect is serviceable at best, but that's not why we play those games.
A huge issue that I like, or another thing that I got butthurt about with like the whole Gears of War thing was, I pretty much finished that in one sitting.
Sure, yeah.
Like, it wasn't even like a full sesh. It was like, God, I feel like I have not wasted enough of my day. You disappointed me, game.
Yeah. But, regardless of your feelings on Gears of War, that is a big franchise for Microsoft, and they're making another one,
Yeah, if it's not Master Chief, it's that guy.
Bender from Futurama. John DiMaggio. I don't have anything else for Xbox. That was it. I didn't make a note of it, but they had like a showcase of a bunch of indie games that are coming.
It was a hardware show, really.
Look, it was a hardware show.
Yeah,
fine, whatever. I mean, that's what they had to show. That's what they showed, and that was cool. They showed a lot of fucking games, though.
If they're playing the long game, then yeah, they want to pump up the hardware to where once they start pumping out like the games for it.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, though. They're not playing the long game with games. A lot of the stuff that they announced, Halo 5, Forza 6, Tomb Raider, Gears of War Ultimate, like, all that stuff is this year. The Rare Replay thing, that's, like, real soon. That's like August.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it's still, like, with it being a hardware show,
yeah.
Yeah.
This press conference seemed like what Microsoft should have brought to E3, like, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
This was... So in that respect, I think they kind of failed. But at the same time, the things that they brought, they had a good reason for bringing and showing all the things that they did. They made very salient points about who they're trying to compete with, what they're trying to do, how they're trying to win back fans, how they're trying to make new fans. They did a good job. They did a really good job, I think. They needed to, though. Fuck, they needed to.
And to me, it was a hardware show. I mean, that's what I enjoyed about it. It was the, let's talk about what we can do with, like, backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
We're going to be bringing in the mods.
Yeah.
Check out this really sweet new controller.
Yeah, it was a hardware show, for sure.
We
It was weird.
We have this new HoloLens, which is an interface.
It was almost like this was the debut of the Xbox One, like it.
Wow, yeah, okay.
It really is, because like this was the first time that thing is like seemed to really resonate with a lot of people. It was cool. But do you want to say something real quick, Tyler?
I was just saying, without all the hardware included with that conference...
You're right. I still think it was a good show for games. Yeah. I think it was. I do. They had some stuff, They had sequels to their beloved franchises.
But I did see all that coming, though.
Right. It was
like a mile away.
Most of it was very much a known quantity, for sure.
The hardware, aspect of things definitely added to it. And that controller looks kind of cool, man.
Yeah. Hey, you guys remember Kinect?
Oh yeah, where did that go?
I do. That's why.
Well, Microsoft sure as shit doesn't. Seems like, at least. I don't know.
They didn't even put Kinect Sports in their own.
No, was it? So I may have blacked out from E3 Overload at one point or another, but Kinect seems essential to the HoloLens. Am I wrong with that?
I think motion detection. And...
I think you do need a Kinect. I don't know. We'll see if that.
Nothing I read on it says you need it.
No,
it's like a standalone thing, a really expensive standalone thing.
Yeah. They haven't announced pricing for any of that stuff, but we'll see.
I mean, unless they include that with
They may. Who the hell knows? There might be a bundle or something. If you need it, they'll probably bundle it. Yeah, otherwise,
that HoloLens is going to cost.
The NES did it with the gamepad, so
yeah, that's. So that was Microsoft for E3 2015. So we'll be back. Toasty Robot out.